only country that we try to put restriction. All right? The only thing is that we should not politicize this restriction. Anything other than that, I cannot be part of it. But anything that has to do with public safety, I'm part of it. Because it is our responsibility as leaders to making sure that we keep our society safe. And one loss is one loss to all. So I want to say to you, the journalists, help us in this endeavor. And I also want to call on the lawmakers, those who are involved in inciting our cyclists and putting them in the field. You have a role to play as a lawmaker. I think what you can do is to help proper bills that will enable our guys, when more companies come, they will be able to get jobs and leave the motorcycle fee. I ran back for 8 years. Do you think to ride a motorbike is very easy? It is not an easy thing. So I know how painful it is. Our prayer is that this government should see reason to open avenues where cyclists can get opportunity. That others to come will be able to come, and others who have been there for long can at least transition. This is what we want to see. But to see some of our lawmakers sitting on a motorcycle, leaving their basic function, oversight lawmaking and representation, and then getting on the field to tell motorcyclists, let's give like you a Bwaka or better like you. There's not a Bwaka, it's about the safety of this country. Our partners are coming here. International community is watching how well we're going to maintain sanity in our nation. And I strongly believe everything in this country politicizing it is unacceptable. And there's a reason why people are refusing to come and invest in our country. So I want to encourage each and every one of us. There is people. I just narrated a story of a 3 months old child. So to tell you how I dearly love this sector. Alright, it's painful to see especially people who elected me to be their leader. But at times as a leader, you have to close your eyes and take some decision for the betterment of the overall of majority. And that's what we are doing. Every time I hear people, there was a time I was invited to Ghana where I served as ECOWAS youth representative to Ghana's election. One of the leaders from South Africa asked me, John, we have often hear that cyclists in Liberia are regulars. Cyclists in Liberia are not respecters of the law. It is shameful that people outside there will recognize us not as constructive contributor to the economy and the state, but rather in a negative form. But how can we change the narrative? It's by you helping us. The media. I want the media to please take charge of this. If Liberia will be safe, investors will come and invest. But if we politicize everything, I said on school last night, this is governance time. During elections, we had our way. Everybody had their way to go. But this is governance time. When we're talking about public safety, let us not politicize it. So once again, I want to say to you, I call you the journalists because we've listened to several media stations politicizing the taking the food from the table. Don't you think the lives have been lost? You the same people. I remember there was some media platform that were calling for this. They are the one now running all the capital bread for the table. So then why you want? We have to keep Liberia safe. So once again, Honorable Deputy for Operations, we remain committed, we remain resolute, we remain uncompromised, we remain unbending to making sure that we have a safe society called Liberia, where investors will come and invest and make Liberians to be employed. Not just riding motorbike, it's all about our life. People should not just restrict us to ride motorbike. I always say this, thousands of us are university graduates and university students, but people are not recognizing that, but only because we sit on motorcycle, nobody wants to respect us. It is unacceptable, and I want to frown on anyone who will reduce us to that level. We are contributing immensely to the growth and development of the state. So we are not, and I repeat, we are not taking bread from anybody's table. All right? The fact that through our negotiation, you listen to the Deputy RG for Operations, there were other areas we advocated that it should be open to our people to run. Even Central Monrovia, we have some parking stations in Central Monrovia. You have access to crossing various points. So you want to be, say you ride on the me right, we talk about training. So one of the things we are calling other partners, there will be massive training in this document. We have or portion that I talk about massive and compulsory training on road and public safety and the respect of rule of law by every motorcycle and tricycle rider. Very soon, we will be introducing a coding for motorcyclists. We want to uniform every commercial cyclist. It was surprising to note, every time I hear, oh, they check my phone, oh, in fact, they check my jewelries. You think that's what I want to hear? Once upon a time, I was invited to one of the embassies. Do you think Joy F. King representing the sector is for my name to be tarnished negatively? No. We want to do the right thing and be on the safe side of history that while we were there, even if people want to criticize, right? But we will do the right thing. So once again, Honorable RG will remain committed, will remain supportive to making sure that cyclists are law abiding. So we call every motorcycle and tricycle rider. You don't want to be against the law and you believe that you cannot be restricted, the law will take its course. We will not tolerate anybody disrespecting the law, especially on our watch. Let's continue to be peaceful. But one thing I continue to say, we will continue to advocate for our cyclists, and no one will take advantage of our cyclists, especially when it reaches to our decks, that we will not get into it. But in the same way, be a respecter of the law. Thank you all so much.
So the Deputy Inspector General will provide us quick information, and afterwards we'll take your questions.
So I thought to also let you all know that the effective commencement date of these enforcements will be on the 15th of May 2024. We heard in other corners that enforcement was starting a couple of days ago. No action fearless. We are responsible for law and order, and that is our primary responsibility. As long as we've resolved to enforce on to begin on the 15th, we are going to start on the 15th, and we expect that all of us as citizens will be in full adherence to the law. Let's all remember that if you don't get on the motorcycles, you're not going to ride. If you don't hire the services, of course nobody wants to do a journey ride. It's because we're chartering them. It's because we're riding on the cycles. That's why they're coming in those ones. So before I close, I would like to encourage the general public to be in adherence with the rule of law. That is to say, from the 15th of May, please don't get on a motorcycle from beyond ERWA junction to Monrovia and from Freeport to Monrovia. Thank you very much.
We'll take your questions, and please, your questions should be related to the information as provided to you. Please do not ask question because of time's sake. So we'll take you.
Yes,
Please call your name and your institution.
My name is Daniel Ko, and I report for FM. My concern is about NGOs, motorbikes, and journalists who are also flying in this area and being restricted by this.
Well, this is not a new undertaking. We started this thing sometimes in 2012, 2013. And of course, to every general rule, there are exceptions. That is to say, there are people who are into food delivery services. There are people who are into meal delivery services. There are other professionals that have got their work to be done in different forms and manners. Of course, there will be remedy available. We intend to give what we call access passes that will have a duration, and then they will always be renewed. Yes, there will be a remedy to it.
Yeah, when will the access pass be available?
We will let the public know as soon as possible.
Okay, thank you. Yes, Prince.
So my name is Prince, and I report for Prime FM and also focus on Liberia TV. So my question goes to the president of the Sagolist Union. So since this news hit the public, some of your very members has criticized you of being a partisan of the United Party. That is why you are carrying on this negotiation. Some of them also allege that you did not meet other union in the sector, and this action is intended to gather some of them who did not support the party. How do you respond to that? The A to that, the B to that rather is one of the things raised by them when I spoke with some of them was that when those restrictions have been placed on them, the enforcers from your union can so now take away their motorbike and do not report it to the police. They can get messy. How do you intend to work with the police in ensuring that those things do not?
Just before Mr. Kino come in, let me begin it.
Yeah.
You know, this is just a new methodology that we're doing as a people's police. We're trying to build a consensus in our enforcement. Let's all remember that the police is responsible for the maintenance of law and order. So we're not under any legal obligation to consult the leadership of motorcyclists or any other group as far as the enforcement of the laws are concerned. But because times have changed and we want to have a consensus building, it was against that background that we got in touch with the motorcycle union and taking us to where we are today. So I thought that was important to make clear before Mr. President.
So let me firstly rubbish the statement. Issue of partisanship, right? This is governance time. I said it from my intro. During election in Liberia, everybody has a role. In giving you as a journalist, you can't tell me you did not vote. So you want to deny me of my constitutional right? It is my right, all right? But when it comes to public safety, I think it is for all, not for certain partisans. No. What we are talking about, we are not calling anybody name. But the fact is that we want to provide public safety. Thank you. And the issue of the enforcement for we have not started. So how will somebody say, start to say arrested? What happened in the past will not happen under our regime. We have said it. In fact, the issue of the violation, police were giving back up to $50, $60 US ticket before. During our negotiation, we decided that no policeman will give any motorcycle or plate or ticket above 2,000 because of their report. So these are some of the things we are discussing. There are things that we saw in the past happening. We want to make sure that we don't see them. But you, the journalists, once again, have to help us. All right? We are not discussing party here. We're discussing state. Thank you.
So we'll take the government and then we'll just hold on.
Okay, my name is Level Game Lobo. I work for the News Public Trust. Mr. John, I would like to know how many cyclists do we have in Liberia? Total number of cyclists we have.
Just must probably have 1 month to do that. In most of that. Just in most of that. So if you see 200 persons running around, doesn't mean everybody.
Because I want to just hold like this.
Thank you so much. My name is Tropan Flammer and I report for Spoon Network. To the police, somebody who would like to know how prepared you are in terms of manpower, and those who are saying that they will, after the 15th, their intention is to come and protest, to demand you that the day should be extended. How prepared are you?
Well, it's the state. We're adequately prepared to manage any situation with them. We've got a duty to ensure the safety of the citizens and residents within our borders. Liberia is not an issue. What we intend to do is to make sure that our actions are less confrontational. That is the reason why we're trying to do consensus building with the discharge of our doing in this position.
So my name is Michael Bayer and I go for Sky FM, Sky TV. My question goes to the Deputy Inspector General.
That's please.
We witnessed the police enforcing such law before. Specifically, they were also doing what we call exam colors to motorbike color coding. And we are now seeing the police coming back to you because when we started, they came in another way. Today, you guys are coming out with enforcement. We want to know how prepared are you to continue this enforcement? Is it that this going to continue or we will just witness another maybe few years of it and they will come back to start over?
So to let you know, I was a part of the team that successfully had the no-go zone a couple of years back, between 2012 to 2013. I was the immediate deputy to the office I'm sitting in today. I was a 105. So I was the guy in charge of the field. And we succeeded in making sure that motorcycles did not plow a certain part of our roads. And it reached a point that we didn't have to deploy. Everybody knew exactly what their boundaries were. So yes, sustainability is a concern. It's going to be sustained. Our concern is we learned from the past. It was more confrontational to some extent, and we intend to make it very less confrontational. That is the essence of this whole consensus building exercise. We have gotten on the road yesterday or tomorrow and say, you know what, these are the cutoff point, no motorcycles going to fly. Use men, carry the news. And we're saying no. Time have changed. We consider the number of motorcyclists in Liberia. We consider it's a livelihood issue. We know how many persons survive on these cycles. So we try to create consensus with them. So we made a show that we're going to sustain them. All we're asking you play your role as well. Help us in making sure that these messages are out there. And safety is all of us concerned.
Yes. All right, I'm Steven Ramos from Joy. It's okay, I start from the allegation of your affiliation with political parties. We would actually like to know from you what has been your relationship with your fellow police motorcyclists. Because in recent time, we had a chit chat with a few of your guys, and they have continued to tell us that you, as the president or the head of the UOE, most rather you have do not have a very close relationship with many of your police, especially as it relates to the ongoing regulation as to begin very soon in Morocco. Many of them, you are not adhering to their crafts. In fact, some of the meetings that you have had with the police, you have not gone back to them to discuss with them adequately to be able to, understand, come to one understanding as to how they can be able to engage this entire MOU of the Liberia National Police.
So again, because we didn't want to bore you, we didn't want to stand up here and reading the whole memorandum of understanding for you. It's not just the enforcement. This document encompasses a lot of other stuff. That is to say, I've got a serious training component. We're going to make sure trainings are provided for them. We started having meetings that included all of them. We encourage them to also form, so you see, it should be FUNTU, the Federation of Motorcycle and Tricycle Union of Liberia, but now it's called MFUNTU. So there was some merger. The documents that we available to you to see, they managed to form themselves into a federation. So to some extent, we know we're dealing with more than 80%, 80 to 90% of the motorcycle population. Of course, there will always be that little group that don't want to be in adherence with the law. And then we prepare to deal with the ones.
Yeah, so with that, how do you think I was elected twice if I'm not in close consultation? Nobody's going to be elected for the second time if you don't have a relationship. So I can safely say to you, I enjoy the confidence of all of my leaders across the 15 counties. Let us not, there's the reason why Liberia is not developing, everything is here, right? We have our leadership in the 15 counties. And so, if you want me now to start telling you some of the developments we've done under my watch as president, you will be surprised. When I took over, we didn't have offices in all of the counties. But today we have offices in the 15 counties that you can see vividly. And we have leadership structure in all of the counties. We have our social media platform that when we just discuss an issue, we place it in our chat room, everybody will see it across the country. Besides that, when we discuss here, we will go back to our office and we call the 17 districts. Last Saturday we met with all of the 17 district coordinators in Motorcyclists here. All right? So if somebody will come up and say, we were not informed, let me tell you, if somebody want to be restricted, even if they know about it, they will say, I don't know. So let's just take it as it is. And let's help us as a journalist, like I said, let's preach this message, void of politics. Let's look at the better good of our society, how we can save lives.
Yes, so my name is Lincoln. Ask two questions.
My name is Lincoln and I write for the New York newspaper. This MOU will become an embarrassment if we do not have penalties attached here. So I want to know what are the penalties attached to this MOU. And another more thing, Honorable, listen to me talking about informing your other police whereas this MOU signed to me was not going to be legalized. But I'm a little bit concerned. What is it that I'm not seeing other people from the other association here with you? I'm only seeing a few of your guys, few people actually looking your comments. Why?
Everyone can fit here. That's some of our leaders. If you want to see them, we require by these. Alright? My leaders are here. And so whatever I do, listen, I'm a leader, I don't just take decisions. If you see that during the past regime, That's one of the things that affected me, right? Because certain people want me, when you are leader of a certain people, what they know they have influence. They want you to just come and sign. Ask one or two what we went through. And throw him until my leaders can agree to this and will not have my signature. So all of our leaders are aware, but guess what? Some of our people, they will go behind the scene, take small thing from some politician, and want to come back. I will not do that. I stand for what I believe, and I am who I am, and this is okay.
And this is just one of the first actions we're taking. But going forward, we intend to visit a lot of your media houses, and including the print media. We're also going to go on the campaign in the field, to go from parking station to parking station. We intend to print banners to create enough awareness. That is the only reason why we put this time in between. We have signed a memorandum of understanding and said, let's start next week. We're going to even conduct training for their own task force. They've nominated the name of, or submitted the name of about 150 persons, and we're going to screen them. We're going to make sure we provide training for them, because we don't want them to go up in the field and start to do things that are inimical to the well-being of everybody else. So yes, we're concerned about making sure this memorandum of understanding are realized, but we are not doing it in absence of awareness. You will soon see us everywhere. The police band will be to some places. The last time we had a football game in Balance-Bay Estate with Motorcyclists, we intend to continue here across Monrovia and other parts. So of course we're going to engage not just the ones that listen to radio, not just the ones that read the newspapers, but we'll be going up to the parking stations and having conversations with them. With the fans, I heard you talking about fans. That might be the reason why you put your hands up. So yes, again, there have been a time when motorcyclists have been issued $50 tickets, $60 tickets for the violation of 3-wheelers and 2-wheelers. Mr. Kenyon here has really pushed us to the extent he said some of the conditions attached to sign this memorandum of understanding was the motorcyclists are made to, their reporting money is not only $1,000 or $1,500 a day. If you have to give my motorcyclist a ticket of $50 US, $60 US, then we're not partners. So this memorandum, as per this memorandum of understanding, motorcycles will be in violation, will be issued a ticket of not more than 2,000 Liberian dollars. And if you are registered, you'll be issued a ticket. If you register and you got a lesson, you'll be issued a ticket and you can go. You'll be paid. If you are not, your motorcycle will be parked until it's registered, it's insured, and you have a driver license. Same thing applies to the 3-wheelers. The keke riders, I don't know myself giving a keke rider a $100 ticket for putting somebody in front. Because you see, the wheels are not made to be sprouted and protruded. If you put somebody beside you, how do you turn? I mean, again, Mr. Korean was able to turn our hands, and then we all agree in this memorandum of understanding that we will give a ticket to the 3-wheelers not exceeding 4,000 Liberian dollars. If you're registered and you got lessons, you're plated, you pay, it goes to the government revenue, you go. If you're not registered, your keke will remain impounded until you can pay that $4,000 in the government revenue. Register it, insure it, and obtain a driver's permit.
So just to add, right? Very soon you will hear us again with the visual transport. So our work is not just to say, oh, they are parking the police. When the time comes for tax collection along with the visual transport, because I was called just recently, I want to make it clear that we will be law abiding. Everything that has to do with respecting the law, we are going to work in that now. We've been committed to that, and thank God now we are respected to making sure that we have our say in whatever decision now taking unilaterally that it used to be by the leadership, now recognizing us. But now as long as we have a say, I tell you for free, we are encouraging our people. And they should be able to listen, because today is Johnson and president. And now they can be president tomorrow. And I wanted to do the right thing. Let people stop calling us suicide, let us stop calling us non-living. Let us start calling us major contributor to the economy. Just what we want to see happening. So we want to pray you people will join us in this endeavor.
Final question from Fabian.
Yeah, my name is Fabian. I work for the Liberia Broadcasting System. My question has to do with the security aspect. So you, the president, I did hear you talk about uniform and coding. And then you mentioned about 150,000 motorcyclists in Montserrat. Is it going to be a decentralized program as well as Montserrat is not Liberia? So what's about other counties?
Well, what we want to do, we want to start we want to make sure commercial cyclists are distinct from private motorbike riders. When a man leaves from Monrovia, he goes to Magdalene, he should be recognized that he's from Monrovia. And we want them to be uniform with their helmet, well dressed, well uniform, with a number on the helmet, the number on the jacket, the number will be on the motorcycle. So you even who is walking along the road, right? Somebody check your bag or check your phone, check any of the drivers or whatever. You can easily identify them by the number on the bike, or the number behind on the jacket, or the number on the helmet. So we are doing this also to help fight crime within our society, not just looking at quote-unquote restricted areas, but we are looking at the public safety, and we want our mothers, our sisters, to stop crying at people checking their phones. We want to know who is doing that. Thank you.
Okay, so at this juncture, we will now do the symbolic, let me not say symbolic, but the signing ceremony. But one or two is going to, symbolically sign on behalf of the Inspector General, while Honorable Kenyon is going to sign on behalf of the Motorcycle Restrictions. Let's stay right there. Let's stay right there. Let's stay right there. Yes,
So this is the signing of the resolution between the Liberia National Police and the Transaco Union of Liberia.
Symbolic.